Oh, grand welcome back to those of you who have been following the series either in person or by watching the replays. I really thank you for that. For those of you who have subscribed to the YouTube channel, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Look, warm welcome if this is your very first time joining us. And this is Daily AI Prompts for Job Seekers. I'm William Craig III, professional career coach, and I have a clear mission for this series. It's to help you move beyond overwhelm and into action. You see, the fact is, people who post those resources with hundreds of AI prompts, they're well meaning. Too many prompts, guess what? Cause confusion and they're paralyzing. So instead, I decided let's focus on just giving one powerful, practical prompt today. And my goal then is therefore to help you run your job search, your job campaign with clarity, confidence, and strategy using AI as your assistant, not your replacement. And again, we're building on the momentum that we have started with Miss Mary Mack. If you have missed any of the segments, please feel free to watch the replays on my YouTube channel, Get Up and Get a Job. Or you can also go to my LinkedIn profile, William W. Craig 3, and you'll get to see the series. This is week 4, day 1, OM energy, huh? We've been moving along here. So again, I thank you all for supporting this, and I'm here to support you. As you may notice, I'm not in my studio again. Got one more week, and then I'll be back in my studio. And again, I appreciate everybody's support. Before we get started with today's prompt, let's talk about what? Talk about the fact that today's sponsor is, that's right, Protect Little Lungs. Yes, we're on a mission to protect little lungs. You know that summertime is when germs just go crazy and use our little ones as petri dishes. So we want to protect them and protect ourselves. Gosh, my granddaughter got RSV one year, and she was sick for about a week. I was sick for about 6 weeks, lost 50 pounds behind that, and wasn't right for months. So, really, let's do what we can. Go to protectlittlelungs.com, watch the video, find out more about what we're trying to do there. All righty, so let's get on with what we're here for today, and that is daily AI prompts for job seekers. And I need to share my screen with you. And by the way, for those of you who shared with me, say this before I switch screens. For those of you who shared with me that you're not seeing the comments on the YouTube channel, and I don't know what that's about. I have reached out. I haven't heard back yet. So we're working on that for you. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can't go in manually and add those comments add the link to the comment section on the YouTube channel. Okay, so always a workaround. And again, I appreciate you letting me know what's going on. And Abujar, thank you so much. Your daily prompts are a great boost. Really appreciate your consistency and encouragement. Oh my goodness, thank you so much for that. I appreciate you're letting me know that these actually mean something to you. And so we'll put that up there just so that the world can see that I'm not just making this stuff up. All righty. So look, here is our prompt for today, and we're going to turn that off. And let me just make this really large for my little eyes. All right, here we go. So by now, you all should know we have our fictitious job candidate, Miss Mary Mack. And Miss Mary Mack has her resume uploaded in ChatGPT. So everything that we do, when we refer to Mary, Chat already knows who we are talking about. And remember, the idea here is this is not just entertainment. I mean, to some degree, I want to be entertaining, but the main point here is to provide you with an opportunity to see how to use chat prompts on a day-to-day basis to move your job campaign along. And As I always say, if there's anything that you need help with, feel free to reach out to me, and I'll be happy to help you. And to that degree, if you're not connected with me on LinkedIn, please connect with me. Okay, don't just follow, connect. It's nice to have followers, but it's better to have connections. Okay, and so today's prompt is where we try to balance the hustle with the recovery that's needed. Been talking to a lot of people lately who seem to be getting what we call job campaign or job search fatigue. In other words, they've been in this game for a minute and now it's it's getting old, as the kids say. And before you get to the point of being over it, we want you to actually be able to stay in it and understand that it's by keeping the momentum going that actually works in your favor. All righty. So I'm not going to be with you long today, but as you can see, the prompt for today is design a weekly schedule using the 30-20-10 rule. And what is that? 30% networking, 20% skill building, 10% rest and reflection. Suggest specific Monday through Friday activities. And I'm going to add something here that I didn't add earlier. Activities for, and I'm going to say 4 weeks. That takes us through a month, right? Typically, unless the month has 5 weeks, and hey, but you get the gist of this. And again, you rinse and repeat. Once you've got this done, then of course you can ask chat to give you more. But let's see what it comes up with today. And it looks like it's a thinking. Absolutely. Here's a 4-week job search schedule for Mary using the 30-20-10 rule, structured around networking 30% of the time, skill building 20% of the time, and rest and reflection 10% of the time. Now, I want to note something here before I go on. Networking. Networking is so very important. The clients that I've been working with recently, for the most part, I'm going to say close to 90% of them have gotten their jobs through networking. In some cases, people they haven't talked to in 12 years or more. In some cases, a shorter period of time. Some cases, they mention it to someone who mentions it to someone. And again, that's how it works. But that's why 30% is the bigger number in this equation. So, okay, so 30-20-10 with focused Monday through Friday activities, it still leaves 40% for applying resume updates and interviews, which we assume she's already balancing. So let's take a look here at what we've got. So the focus, again, we've got networking 30% of the time, which is about 6 to 9 hours a week. The goal here is to build visibility and get referrals. Skill building 20% of the time, approximately 4 to 6 hours, strengthening key tools and knowledge. Rest and reflection, approximately 2 to 3 hours to recharge, journal, pray, and realign. I love that because it's all important. So here we go. For week 1, building momentum. On Monday, reach out to 5 former coworkers or former connections on LinkedIn. Again, this is our networking piece. On Tuesday, watch 1 hour QuickBooks or Excel refresher video. So, let me just make something clear. Monday, that's not the only thing she's doing. Okay. Remember, she's got 40% of the time to do the other things, which is doing the research on companies, applying for the positions, making sure that she's tweaking her resume for the positions for which she'd like to apply, etc. All right. So in addition to that, here we're throwing in how to network, for example, on Monday. On Tuesday, the skill building part, watch a 1 hour QuickBooks or Excel refresher video. Where can you find these? Well, you could actually go to YouTube for sure, or LinkedIn Learning. Remember, in most jurisdictions, the local library system has an agreement where you can access LinkedIn Learning for free as long as you have a library account. So, and that doesn't mean you have to go to the library to do it. you can actually use your library card online at home or wherever you are and access LinkedIn Learning for free. And I was sharing with someone last week, I have a library card in 3 different jurisdictions, as a matter of fact, in 3 states. And the thing about it is, in my case, all they needed was a driver's license. In some places, they may want you to be a resident. And if that's the case, you go to the next county or the next city or the next town over and try that. But bottom line is you can get this done in more than one way. I happen to have 3 because I've lived in all of those places, and everywhere I live, I always get a library card, and then I maintain the membership. But in one of the cases, I was not living in, at the time, I didn't live in the jurisdiction, and I simply wrote over and said, hey, I'd like to have a library card. They asked for my driver's license, and they gave me one. All right, so skill building, an hour on Tuesday. Wednesday, attend a virtual industry meetup or Zoom coffee chat, again, with networking. So there's a place called meetup.com, meetup.com, just like you see it on the screen. And in addition to that, remember that there are literally thousands, tens of thousands of groups on LinkedIn. And you can join, I believe it's up to 100 now groups. I don't suggest that, but the idea is to be active in a group. So if you want to start off small, start off with 5 groups, become active, and then grow as you see the need. In some cases, some groups are not very active. Some are very active. So you definitely want to be a part of groups that are active. Some are public, some are private, which means you'll have to click the button to request membership to join. But again, it's all free. And another neat thing is when you join groups on LinkedIn, now you have access to all those members. And so instead of having to try to use InMail, and if you don't have a paid account, you won't be able to do that. You can actually send InMail to people in the group that you're a member with. Of course, you can always request the connection, which is a good thing, and then you can send messages, etc. But having a coffee chat over Zoom, you're reaching out to someone and you want to talk to them about what they do or their industry or potential openings, or where you might be a good fit or how they traverse their career. All of those are good reasons to reach out to someone and talk to them. So again, this is all a part of networking. And listen, it's okay to reach out to people you don't know. The internet police are not going to come and take you away. All right. So very important. Thursday, what are we going to do? Take a walk. Journal about your job search wins this week. Rest and reflect. I mean, literally, one of the things that I did this past weekend was I took time to watch the movie The Intern with Robert De Niro. I'd seen it before, probably when it first came out, but I watched it again. And let me just tell you something. Within the first 5 minutes of that movie, I mean, you could literally watch the first 5 minutes and turn it off. But the first 5 minutes are a gold mine if you're in a job campaign or a job search right now. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So The Intern. Another great movie you should watch is Slumdog Millionaire. I believe I'm living my Slumdog Millionaire moment. I'm not going to give it away, but if you haven't seen it, it's a movie that won 8 Academy Awards. And for a lot of people I talked to, I've never even heard of it. 8 Academy Awards. Great movie. But it will really help you with understanding your value, appreciating, that's a better word, appreciating your value in the marketplace. And so anyway, Thursday, in addition to the other things that you're doing, take some time out for you. All right, Friday, share short LinkedIn post about accounts receivable, accounts payable insight that you have learned. And again, this is another form of networking. Now, creating posts are good, and creating articles are better, and creating videos are best. All righty. And I share that. I had a mentor once who used to say, good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good becomes your better and your better becomes your best. That stuck with me all those years, all these years. And again, use the algorithms to your benefit, the LinkedIn algorithms to your benefit. And so again, you can write about something. Hey, the top 3 mistakes that I've seen ARAP specialists or professionals make over the years. Top 3 most important things an ARAP professional needs to know. And again, just going on from there. All righty, let's talk about week 2. We got 4 weeks here. Deepen skills and expand your reach. On Monday, message 2 people you've met in the last month to follow up. Tuesday, take a free NetSuite or Google Sheets mini course online. This is for your skill building. Wednesday, attend a nonprofit finance or job seeker webinar. How do you find those, William? Well, you can do a Google search. Okay. I mean, really, it's that simple. Thursday, light reading plus gratitude journaling plus walk outside. Again, rest and reflection. What if it's raining? Well, go walk in the rain. Okay. That's the kind of stuff we used to do as kids that all of a sudden we grow up and it's not sexy anymore. It's not cool anymore. But now I'm not saying you got to go take a long walk, but hey, it just might encourage you. It might lift your spirits. Friday, reach out to someone you admire on LinkedIn and ask for a 15-minute call. Hey, William Craig, I really admire what you're doing, and I'd love to do some of the things that you're doing. Would you mind spending 10 to 15 minutes with me and give me some pointers on how I might do the same thing? Really, that simple. Week 3, show and grow. Monday, reconnect with someone you haven't spoken to in over 6 months. So you see the pattern here. We're reaching out to folks starting off the week and giving them an opportunity to respond during the week. But again, we're taking advantage of our inactive network. All right. And this is, again, very important because I wouldn't lie to you. I'm seeing people get hired just by doing these simple things. Tuesday, create or revise a financial SOP or checklist. All righty. And, standard operating procedures. Right. So you can create one or revise one. Go to guidestar.org. I've shared this with you before. Guidestar.org. Create a free account. It's a repository of all the nonprofit organizations in the United States. And you can search by interests. Maybe you're interested in education, or you're interested in animal welfare, or whatever it may be. You can also search by locale. So maybe you're in Tampa, Florida, and you want to find all of the nonprofits in Tampa, Florida that have to do with animal welfare. You can search by those. But here we go. Just pick one. And in Mary's case, because of what she does, then she could actually look at their information and then create a financial SOP. Why would I want to do something like that? Because now you've got something to talk to someone about at that organization. Well, wouldn't they already have one? They might, but guess what? These things get revised all the time. Maybe there's some things that you can look at in Mary's case by looking at their 990 and pick out some things that they may need to focus on going forward, especially with the way things are happening with the new administration and some of the cuts. All right, join a LinkedIn Live or Recruiter AMA. All righty. And so again, these are things that you can simply Google. You can go into LinkedIn, go to events, and it will make suggestions for you, and you can choose to join these various events. Thursday, spend time in prayer, reflection on your career, direction, rest and reflection. Now, you guys know I'm a man of faith. And so for those of you who are not, hey, I get it. That's your choice. But I got to tell you something. In my life, what I've found is that I need a little help outside of me and outside of my network, if you will. And there's another network that I tap into, and I do it on a daily basis because I need direction on a daily basis because I'm in the business of helping people. And sometimes I'm not sure how to help them. And so I need some guidance on how to help them. So I spend time in prayer. I pray for the folks that I'm working with. And you might, if you're not doing that, Slow your roll, spend some time, put it on your calendar, schedule it, and reflect. And if it means, for some of you, I know a lot of people talk about meditation. Hey, whatever it is that helps to center you and get your mind to a place where it's not just the hustle and the bustle of getting this done, but getting back to that place where things are going to be all right. I'm not sure how just yet, but I need understanding. I need focus. And so help me to focus on the things that I need to focus on. Help keep the distractions away from me so that I can stay focused on what I need to do, the people I need to meet, what I need to say, etc. So again, that's on you, and do as you wish. Comment meaningfully on 3 LinkedIn posts by hiring leaders. So this takes a little time to do, but looking at posts in your feed, for example, or posts that are in groups, or going to people's profiles. Maybe you type in um, accounting manager, or CFO. That would be a good one for Mary's case, CFO. And you just start looking at random profiles, especially those in your area, and what you're seeing, what they're posting, and then you're commenting meaningfully. You can ask ChatGPT to help you. Hey, Chat, here's a post that I saw, and I think it's really meaningful. I think it's really important. I think it's really cool. I'd love to respond in a way that invokes engagement. What could I say? Give me three examples of what I can say. Boom, and there you have it. And then you can tweak it to add your voice to it, and post it and see what happens. All right, week 4, we're almost out of here. Gosh, the time goes fast. Visibility and reset. Monday, follow up with 3 previous contacts and ask if they know of openings. So now you're at the point where you've reached out to folks, not asking them for work, okay? But now, 4 weeks in, you're following up with folks. Now you can say, hey, John, hey, Jane, just wanted to know if you have seen of or heard of any opportunities in accounts receivable, accounts payable management. If you have, please, let me know. Appreciate it. Boom. Something as simple as that. Don't go into this long tirade about how long you've been unemployed and can't find a job and how tough it is out here. People don't want to hear that. All righty. They got their own problems. But if you're asking for a solution and they just might know about it, then again, you'd be surprised. People really are willing to help. Write a mock case study of a payment issue you helped resolve. This is always a good idea. It goes to your STAR stories, your situation, task, action, and result stories. So sit down and write a mock case study of a payment issue you've helped resolve. I was working with some young people on communication skills and telling stories earlier today, and they gave me some great stories. And again, we're easing them into doing presentations, but all of this comes with time and with practice. So sitting down and writing out a case study and being able to create a STAR story around that would be really cool. Wednesday, attend a virtual job fair or recruiter-led info session. As you know, eventbrite.com is a good place. We also talked about meetup.com a moment ago, where you might hear about job fairs, or you can simply type into Google job fairs in Tampa, Florida, okay? Wherever you might be, of course. But the bottom line is you can get that information free of charge. Watch something light, unplug, journal, and listen to music. Rest and reflection is what this is all about. Gosh, I'm trying to think of the comedian's name. He's a great comedian, on the tip of my tongue, as the saying goes, and clean comedy, but had me laughing out loud, for real, for real. I'll think of it and I'll share that with you hopefully tomorrow. And then Friday, share a 30-second video tip or affirmation on LinkedIn. Oh my goodness. Moving to video. Where have we heard that before? Good, better, best. Yeah. Sit down and just Write it out if you need to. I'd say that'd be probably the easiest thing for most, but for some of you guys, you can just turn the camera on and go for it. But just like we did that article, right? Top 3 things, we could do a top 3 things video, or from the article, actually, same thing, but really quickly, 30 seconds. Here are the top 3 things, and you can go a minute. But bottom line is that would be really cool. And then post that on LinkedIn. So it says, would you like this turned into a printable calendar? Oh my goodness. Or editable Google Sheet. We're not going to do that today. Certainly you can. I am going to get this. Let's get out of the, I'm going to get this a linka. Where's my link? Oh, it's the screen. I'm on a different screen. So where's my, all right, where's my button for my prompt? Oh my goodness. Okay, let's bring it. I'm going to stop sharing here. Let me get out of this and stop sharing that for a moment. All righty, and let's do this. Let me slide this over here and see if I can get this button for y'all. There it is. There's the share button. And now here's the link. All righty, and now I'm going to drop it in and paste and hit share. All righty. So I just posted the comment again. Thank you, Jacqueline. I appreciate that. Michael, yes, we need prayers for fighting the darkness. Absolutely. But look, that's, again, you guys know, I'm going to tell you the truth, and that's who I am. So I am so happy that I was able to share some time with you today. And again, I put this in the comments. If it doesn't show up on YouTube today and I don't hear back from them, then I'll just go in and go into my account, manually update the comments with this link to the prompts. And that way you'll have all of the prompts that we've done so far. All right. I hope your day is going well. If it wasn't, I hope it just got a little bit better. And here's the deal. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. But in the meantime, in between time, stay safe in all you do. God bless everybody.